What is going down, lads? Jack here, and welcome to episode 28 of The Road to Glory with FC United and Manchester. Hopefully you guys are good. Things have progressed pretty nicely, I guess, since the previous episode. If you watched the previous episode, you'll know that our amazing winning run came to an end at home to Gainsborough, which was a little bit disheartening, I suppose, but we had to really crack on and, I guess, play more positively. We had to keep the pressure up on the teams above us and really cement a playoff place. If you can see the fixtures in front of me, you'll see that we got 4 pretty big wins since the previous game. You'll also notice we're halfway through a month rather than at the start of the month. The reason for that is, well, I'll explain quickly. We played the Gainsborough game, and then I was going to play the Gateshead game, and then live-com the Chester game. But because there would have only been one game to cover, it seemed a bit of a waste of time, really, just doing the one game. But you didn't really miss anything in the end. It was only 1-0 against Chester. And then Grimsby and Alfreton attacked, I guess, some matches that didn't mean too much, and they should have been comfortable wins, and indeed they were. And Mansfield's probably the last of our games, which is really going to be, I guess, of importance. These last 5 games are probably just going to be games which I either skip over to the playoffs, because, I mean, if I show you the table, we should really be in the playoffs. And then if by some miracle we are able to maybe push with the last game of the season with a chance of either, I guess, winning the league, or, you know, there's something significant to play for come the last game of the season, our live comet and all that stuff. I don't think that's going to happen. It's probably going to be playoffs. But anyway, just a quick review of the game since the previous episode. We've kept 4 clean sheets in our last 4 since the defeat. This game was a really odd one, actually. I mean, look at the discipline of players here, sending off for either side. Very, very odd, really. But in the end, we did come away with a 3-0 win. We were probably a little bit less than convincing. We only created 5 chances. However, the chances that I guess came to us, we took with open arms and, you know, did a good job, I guess, capitalising on. So anyway, the first goal came here just 7 minutes into the game. It was nice to get a good start after the, I guess, shock result against Gainsborough. It was important that we came out here and just immediately stated some intentions and really showed what we're all about. This game, Olivian was not playing left back. I put him on the left wing, just, you know, trying people out in new positions. Now that we're pretty safe up in the table. But anyway, that was a good goal for Doble, maintaining his fine run of scoring in recent games. As I said, there were 2 sendings off, and they both happened before the half-time break, but after the goal. And then Evans was able to score in the second half to make it 2-0. And I guess Stewart finished off the route, 3-0. Goal came in the 80th minute. So it was a nice, comfortable last 10 minutes, so to say. We then went to Chester. Well, we were at home to Chester, actually, and Chester was a huge game for us because they are top of the league. You'll never guess who scored. Well, you will. Of course, it was Ryan Doble. The guy has been a really good player for us this season since he came from Shrewsbury Town's reserves. He's got on the score sheet a lot in recent, I guess, games, particularly the last few months. He's really started to, I guess, become the goal scorer that we need at the team. So this was a really important 1-0 win against Chester. They are top of the league still, ahead of Stockport, but they're a very good team. We probably edged, well, we had control of the ball, but they created a lot of chances, but we managed to take the one that we had, so maybe worth our win, I'm not sure. It was probably more likely to be a draw. Anyway, next game was against Grimsby away. Tricky tie, always away to Grimsby. We did come away with the win, 1-0. I'm not going to show the highlight of the goal, but you can see the stats here. We probably edged it just with the sheer amount of chances we, I guess, created. And then the last game, I guess, since the last game before the one that we'll be playing today was against Alfreton Town. It was a 2-0 win. Very comfortable in the end. They created more shots than us, but none on target. You know, we did play pretty well this game. It was good to see us. Defensively, we've looked really solid in recent months. I mean, 4 clean sheets in the last 4 really, I guess, says a lot about the team's ability to defend well. But anyway, you know, 2-0 win was always good to see. McNair with the first, and then I'm not sure who scored this one. Who did score this one? Oh, it was Ryan Doble. Of course it was. But no, he's been an absolute beast for us this year. That's a class finish from a good 25 yards out by Ryan Doble. But anyway, all that sees us left in third place. We're 8 points behind Chester with 6 games left. I can't see us closing the gap, as I said, if somehow we do, which, I mean, Chester have still got to play Stockport, so there's potentially, I don't know, we could still catch them, although it is a bit of a long shot, but I feel as if now we should really be pushing for the playoffs. Got a big game here now against Mansfield. If we win this really would probably be the game that gets us into the playoffs. As a team, we've actually got a few injuries, which I need to quickly sort out, which is less than ideal. We have been a little bit unfortunate, I guess, in recent months with the injuries that we've been suffering. Stuart's been pretty injury prone, and so is Henri. It's been a shame, really, because they've not really been able to have really long runs out in the first team, which is a little bit kind of, I don't know, it's a shame, really, because those are the 2 players who I really wanted to kind of get set up as rock-solid players in the centre for us. Carson as well is injured at the moment, so our first choice centre mid, I guess, is out. He's out for 5 to 7 weeks, so he is going to miss probably the rest of the season. Might be back for the playoff final, but 34 appearances is not bad for a 17-year-old. Just a shame about the injury. And as for Stuart, he's not out for too long, and he is in fact one of the top rated kind of players in the league in terms of average rating across the season. But anyway, let's get straight into today's game. Big game, as I said, against Mansfield, who are just outside the playoff spot. So this is a big game in terms of, I guess, cementing a playoff spot for us. If we win this, we really would look good to, I guess, press on and qualify for the playoffs, which would be good for 2 years in a row. I feel as if with the recent form we could do well in the playoffs. It reminds me much of last year in the sense that we're on a really good form come the second half of the season. If we can carry that into the playoffs, it'll be fantastic. But anyway, let's just give our team a nice relaxing team talk. Angus Gunn has yet to miss a game in goal for us. It's interesting, really, because he's a young 18-year-old Scottish lad, and I was pretty confident when he came to the club that he'd develop, and he really hasn't improved how I thought he would, considering he's played every game so far this season. So the goalkeeper's probably a spot I'm going to be looking to develop and probably change come next season, be that if we go up or down. But anyway, it looks like we're creating a good chance here, 2 minutes into the game. Reed, the young pacey winger that is Billy Reed, what an absolute tank. Good work by the lads there. Offside given though. Bradshaw just caught the wrong side of the defence. You'll notice I'm playing Bradshaw as the lone forward and Doble on the left hand side. I guess the 2 Welsh lads, both formerly from Shrewsbury last year, they've linked up pretty well so far this season, and we seem to be pretty wasteful so far in terms of just not in the target. We've got highlights on extended. We'll leave them on extended for now. If it gets to half time and it's taking too long, I might look to speed it up, because it looks like we're creating an awful lot of chances. Let's get match stats up. Damn, 4 highlights in 12 minutes. That's like a highlight every 4 minutes. There's a highlight. That's pretty, I guess, I don't know. I think we can take good kind of, I guess, pride in that. That might mean that we have a good chance this game. I mean, Mansfield are a good team, don't get me wrong, but they're the kind of team that you'd expect us to beat given our current league form and position. This is Bradshaw here with the little flick on, not going to get anywhere. I'm going to switch highlights to key, or so we're going to be here for a very long time. McNair picking up a knock. I'm going to sub him off. I'd rather not risk getting him injured for longer. It's really not worth the risk, especially with the injuries we already have in the first team. If we can limit, I guess, how long a player is going to be out for, I've got to try and do that. But anyway, pretty chanceless first half. That's a little bit kind of disappointing. I'm going to go for my standard kind of change to try and push on for a goal, which is just switching to rigid and then switching to attacking. And I'm actually going to tell the lads to retain the ball as well, because Mansfield are currently edging possession. But we've been playing okay of late. We've 4 clean sheets in a row, and a clean sheet here after half the game is a really good sign. I mean, if you don't concede a goal, you can't lose, I guess. So you got to look at it that way. And George King with the big header. The lad has struggled to get in the first team of late, with Stewart and Evans mostly taking those slots, but King really is an absolute tank. And I need to make a change here. Bastien Henri was on 2% there. And now he's on 13%, but I'd rather just take him off. He's been injured for a while. If he was on 2%, he must have either a really bad knock or a really bad injury that he's playing through. I'm a bit worried about that now. I'm going to have to look into that. I've cursed that in saying that, oh, he's a bit injury prone. But hopefully we can defend this. Can we get the ball away? Don't foul. That'll do. That'll do. Half an hour to hold on. No highlight coming on. That's really annoying though that Henry is injured because, as I said, I don't know if that's the reason he left Sheffield Wednesday, but he has been super injury prone for us this year. That's his 3rd or 4th injury so far, so that's a little bit kind of, I don't know, a bit of a bummer really. But anyway, it looks like we're on the attack here. Bradshaw finding Kirby. Kirby with some space. Back to Bradshaw. Well worked goal. Really nice passing move. 2-0. We should be home and dry now, especially at home. The changes at half-time certainly have worked. We've created a few more chances. Good to see Bradshaw getting on the score sheet as well. You know, a really good sign because he's come in. He's not been first choice striker, but when I have played him up front, when Doble's wanted a rest, or if I've decided to play Doble on the left wing, he's been a player who's really turned up, I guess, and been counted in terms of doing something for the team. But we need to defend here. Can we keep our clean sheet? Great block there. I think that was State playing right back with that block. Good to see. Can we get the ball away now, lads? We will. I just want to hold out for a clean sheet because 5 clean sheets in a row is a real achievement in the grand scheme of things, and we have indeed got it. So that's a good 2-0 win against Mansfield. Superb defensive performance to go with it as well. So that's really good to see. That gives me good optimism going forward. Just check the other teams. Chester drew. It's not a bad result. Where is Stockport? Stockport won. So Stockport leapfrog Chester, and we're only 7 points away now. So although maybe first place is completely out of reach, I still have something that I'm clinging on to there with 5 games left of the season, especially with them having to play each other. If they draw against each other and then maybe lose a game each, we still have a chance. And I've looked at their fixtures and they've got some tough results coming up, or tough fixtures coming up, whereas we have a fairly nice run come the end of the season. We played a lot of the difficult games at the start of the season. But anyway, guys, I'm going to cut off the episode here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as always. This has been episode 28. So we're coming up on 30, so maybe 30 will be a playoff final. Who knows? Maybe we'll win the league. I can't sit here and go through every possibility. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, as always, smash the like button. Maybe leave a cheeky comment if you've got some advice for me or some feedback on the video. You know, I always look at ways I can improve the video, and your feedback and kind of responses are always, you know, really well kind of welcomed by me. And other than that, guys, it's me, Jack. I'll talk to you guys in a bit.